by calling 1-800-441-3000. A portion of the proceeds goes to support this and other public television stations.
Reasons I was looking for a big romantic subject was that there was a lot of romance in me that I'd really kept under wraps for a long time. And so, I mean, I'd smoked a brogue.
Watch Andrew Lloyd Webber on the next Talking with David Frost.
See it tonight at 11. KCSM TV, San Mateo, San Francisco.
Funding for Pierre Franey's Cuisine Rapide is made possible by Carillon Importers Limited, Teaneck, New Jersey.
Today, from Russia with love.
Welcome to Cuisine Rapide. I'm Pierre Franey. Today I'm going to cook Russian style with a French touch. My first recipe is going to be a stuffed cabbage leaf with a chicken and ginger stuffing. Now, to do this recipe, I have a Savoy cabbage, about 2 pounds. We need 3/4 pound of chicken breast, boneless, 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, 3 tablespoons of scallions, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1 egg. We're going to use that to bind the chicken breast together. Now I'm going to make the sweet and sour sauce, which is going to make about 3/4 cup. I need 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. It's going to be the Chinese kind, or the dark kind. 1/4 cup of chopped onions, 1/2 teaspoon of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of honey, and 1 tablespoon of prepared horseradish, and 1 tablespoon of canned crushed tomatoes. And we need 1/3 cup of fresh chicken broth or canned again. And later on to this sauce, I'm going to add some butter to it. So now I'm going to start the cabbage. The first thing we need is the cabbage, of course. I have here the cabbage. It's a Savoy cabbage. That's the kind I like very much. It's very tender. It's a sweet taste to it. But you could use the other cabbage if you could find it. Now, the next thing we do, we have to core this cabbage. I got some boiling water here. So to core it, we cut right through it like this, right to the core. And you could see the leaf, as you could see the leaf come through it. So what we do, you put the leaf as they come out, one by one, in there, like this. Now, if you use this one, you have to blanch that a little longer, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, because this is a tough cabbage, this one. So after it's blanched for a few minutes, what we want to do, we want to drain it. We go here, we drain them. Make sure they're well drained. I've got the cloth here. They have to be dry. We don't want too much moisture in the leaves. So now, I'm going to make, we have to do the stuffing. And can you catch that? Okay, good. I made it. Now, to do the stuffing, we need the chicken breast, 3/4 pound. I got about 3 chicken breasts. I'm going to cut in about little chunk like this. You know, maybe 1 each cube. Of course, they have to be boneless. I remove all the fat, you know, because this is almost lean cuisine I'm doing. Usually when I do this breast of chicken, usually when I do that stuffing, I'd add some cream to it. But today I decide to use no cream. I'm going to use chicken broth to bind it together. So we put this in the Cuisinart or the food processor. I have some grated fresh ginger right here. We have scallions, little bit of scallions, 1 egg, which I have over here, little bit of cayenne pepper, and we're gonna, and at the end, you add the chicken stock, the chicken broth, very slowly to it. A little bit at a time. We want this to bind. Okay, that's ready. See, it's very moist, and the chili and flavor really come through. Okay, now what we have to do now, we have to stuff the cabbage leaf. What I use is a towel here, like this, spread it out. I'm going to bring those leaves. I'm going to make some room here a little bit. Okay. It's very simple. This is a different way, different technique that I use. I used to do those things many, many years ago at the pavilion. So what you do, you take one leaf here, the largest one. And we take another one, put it this way here. Okay? I'm going to use, this is enough to make 4 stuffing. So I'm going to spread a little bit of the stuffing right in here, like this. Okay? I'm going to put 1 more leaf or 2. Now, like this one, you see, if it's too thick, but it doesn't matter too much. You have to core this thing. If you were using the other cabbage, really you have to cut it out. But this one is not necessary because it's very tender. Okay, a little more stuffing here. I'm going to chop the smallest leaf we have in the center. You chop some. Put it right here. Put a little more stuffing right on top. Okay, very simple. I tuck the outside leaf over about a little bit just to shape it. Okay, very simple. Put a cheesecloth. You shape it like this, like a round, like this. And you squeeze it because if there's any moisture left over, the reason we squeeze it is to shape it. If there's any moisture left on the leaf, sometimes happen, you just squeeze it like this. And basically, this is done. See? Very nice. Okay, I got 3 which have been made already here. And I'm going to put this one right in here. Put that over, and we're going to steam that for 12 minutes. Now, what I have here, I have 4 which has been cooking for 12 minutes, steaming. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take them out, like this. Look at that. Oop, come back here. Okay. All right, we're going to put them right here. It looks like exactly like a small cabbage, or a baby cabbage, okay? Now, I'm going to show you the duper super one, which was made, I used to make, which is very, very different. What it is, it's an old cabbage. It looks like a cabbage, you see? This one you could serve easily 6 to 8 people with this one. Same way. Now, I'm going to show you one serving, The first one is this one here. Take any one, they're all the same, like this. What we want to do, I want to put some butter in the sauce here. A little bit of butter, right here, just to bind the sauce. I always do that, you know. You don't have to put butter if you want, but believe me, it has a flavor to it. If you calorie conscious, forget it about it, you know, but personally I like it. So you put the butter at the last minute. Just put some over like this. Not much, you know, just a bit of sauce. Okay, this is one serving. Now this one here, I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to cut a big wedge. You got to have a good knife. So, look. All right, let's see what it looks like inside. You see? Look at that. Beautiful. This one, if you slice it, if you cut it, it looks exactly the same. You see the layers of cabbage? Very nice. Oh, okay. This one, a little more sauce to that one. Just a little bit around like this. At the pavilion, I used to do this one, and we used to carve it right in front of the customer. Well, that's my stuffed cabbage. Easy to do and great.
Chicken ginger stuffed cabbage. Next up, behind the scenes. This time, the Russian tea room. Enter the Russian tea room, a restaurant synonymous with New York City's glamour, power, and glitz. The splashy red and gold setting befits the theatrical clientele that makes the restaurant seem like a perennial Christmas bash. With its collection of samovars and artwork, the Russian tea room is still a haunt for agents, screenwriters, actors, and actresses. Since 1926, long before Perestroika, the Russian tea room has been celebrating comradeship and understanding through the universal language of fine dining. And now we join Pierre and owner Faith Stewart Gordon.
Faith, it's great to be at the Russian tea room.
Oh.
This place is full of history, tradition,
Oh, Pierre,
and
it's
the
wonderful.
food is great. So
Thank you.
Good to be here.
It's wonderful to have you here. It really is. I'm just delighted. It gives me an excuse to celebrate.
Oh,
That's
let's
one
do
of
that.
our great traditions at the Russian Tea Room,
Oh,
the
yes.
celebration.
celebrate.
Yes.
And how do you celebrate?
Well, we celebrate by having blini and caviar and vodka. That's one of the great ways.
I can't wait.
I'd like to intrigue you to have some.
I'm sure I'm going to
Good.
enjoy it.
We have the service right here.
All right.
First, there's a little melted butter. Our
Yes.
waiter, who's dressed in the traditional
Hey, he's a beautiful
tunic,
guy,
of course, is
You-
going to serve us and put the blini, which is a buckwheat pancake, a
Big
little
pancake,
crepe,
yeah.
on top of the melted butter.
I see.
And then just put little dollops of sour cream on top.
Plain sour
Just,
cream.
yes, just to add a little richness in case
I see.
is not enough. And then we serve either the beluga, or cetra, or sevruga, the black finest caviar.
I like to have one of each.
Or the
Can I do
red
that?
salmon, of course.
Oh, great.
There are two schools of thought about that
Oh.
anyway, whether you should use
I see.
the black caviar or the red salmon, which is more salty and
The price is the
goes
same?
further. No,
No?
no, you get a lot more of the red salmon caviar than you do the
Well, you have...
beluga. So
I-
you have to choose.
Okay, let's see. I'm
Do
going
you
to
like
try
the taste
this.
or you like the...
It's very good.
Is it good?
But
Oh,
I'm-
good.
Oh,
Oh, well,
what is
good.
that?
Now, you can't have blini without vodka.
Oh, great.
Yes, this is a vodka supreme, which is
Okay.
served in its own little decanter in crushed ice. And you just, it's called a supreme because there's no ice, nothing to disturb the purity of the vodka.
I see.
And it keeps it cold. There, thank you very much.
Thank
Anna.
you. Well, look
Yes,
at that. I'm
and
going to
then
have
we
a
do
toast.
this, and we,
Great.
Nastarovia. And then we throw the glasses against the fireplace.
Oh, yes? Well, I want to finish the vodka first.
That's right. You're supposed to drink it all at once.
All at once.
Yes.
And you say school. I know. You don't...
Starovia.
Sarovia.
Right. But I don't recommend that.
No. Well, those blinis, they were great, you know.
I'm glad you like them.
I
we
think
have-
I'm going to see the chef.
Oh, He's waiting for
He's
you.
waiting for
Yes,
me?
Anthony.
What's his name?
Anthony Damiato.
I never met him, you know.
You haven't met our chef?
No.
Oh, well, then you have a great treat in store, and so does he.
All right, very good. I'm going
So
to
we'll
the
have
kitchen.
Italian, French, and Russian all joined
Some
together.
mixture.
Yes.
Well, well, look at that. Tony, you're making blinis.
Yes.
I had them in the dining room over there, and it's great. You got to show me how to do that recipe.
Terrific.
So
We've
what are you
got
doing
some
now?
going now. They're on
Yeah.
their first side.
I see.
They'll take about a minute to a minute and a half on each side. I think we'll start a couple of more.
You got a very good gadget here, you know?
Isn't that neat?
I think I'm going to get one for my home.
It works great. Drops just the right amount.
I
Makes
see.
it about 2.5 to 3 inches. That one's a little small, but
That's for the
we'll
baby
eat that one. Yeah.
That's a baby one. So when do you flip them over? When they start to...
Just as the bubbles start,
I
as they're
see.
just starting to bubble now, these are almost ready.
So the
Couple
batter
of
is setting
seconds.
right now, yeah. So that way you want to be able to flip them over.
Right.
I see.
And they're almost ready now.
Yeah.
If you want to start flipping some. I'll
Well,
get my
let's see, I'm going to
spatula.
try.
There you go.
Oh, good.
Beautiful. And they're nice and golden brown.
Hey, look at that. Beautiful. Oh boy, I can't stop. Look at that. It's fun to do. Okay. Now you're going to show me how
Let's
to do
make
the
the
batter.
mix.
All right? So how do you do that?
In the bowl already, if you'll start lightly beating the eggs.
Okay. With a
Then
fork, huh?
with a fork. And then we'll use the whip when we mix the rest of the ingredients. So
Okay.
already I have the all-purpose flour, 1 1/3 cups. And we also have the major ingredient being the buckwheat flour.
Buckwheat. That's the base.
Also, that's the base. That's
Yeah.
1 1/3
That's
cups.
what gives the flavor.
Mix that
Well,
right
they were
in.
great, I tell you. Yes.
Great.
What
At
is
this
that?
point, this is yeast.
Uh-huh.
We'll add the yeast now because the batter does need to sit overnight.
I see.
So we'll add that. Mix that in.
That's,
Then
what is that, sugar?
Regular granulated
Yeah.
sugar. Then we'll be adding salt.
Did salt?
I like to use sea salt.
Oh, yeah, well,
It's not iodized. It's got a little extra
Right,
flavor,
well,
and
it's
it's
expensive,
It's
you know.
nice. It's a little expensive. I hear about it every month.
You charge
but
plenty
it's
for
worth
those
it.
things, yeah.
If you can add the eggs now,
Yeah, okay.
then we're going to add 2/3 of a cup
Of
of the milk.
the milk. Oh, it's a little messy here. I got to clean that up, you know. I don't want to be far. And what is that, melted butter?
And some melted, and I like to clarify the butter to get the sediment out.
So can I put it in?
Yes, please.
So it's got to be, I see, it's got to be very, very smooth, this thing, right?
Yes.
Okay,
You
I
let
think,
it sit overnight. Got all the lumps out?
yeah. Okay, I want to
Should give it
empty
a
out a
little,
little bit, all right?
thank you.
I love to use whiskey, you know. It's a great whiskey. Okay, now let's see what you got here.
We're going to come back, and we're going to, these are all ready.
They're all ready, huh?
Go for you.
All right,
Give me a hand.
teamwork.
That's it.
Look at that. We never worked together, huh? Look at that. Beautiful. Right.
Then we'll take these and we flip them upside down so that
I
when we
see.
put them into the bowl,
They're beautiful. They're steaming. They're ready to eat, right?
ready to go. Just
You know-
like the ones you had in the dining room.
Yeah.
Blinis and caviar from the Russian tea room. Now, back to Pierre in the kitchen.
My next recipe is going to be a big duck, which is a Russian chicken burger. It's going to serve 4 people. To do it, we need 1.5 pounds of chicken breast, salt and pepper to taste, a pinch of cayenne, 1/8 of a teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg, a 1/4 cup of grated onions, 1/2 cup of light cream, which I have here. If you want to use heavy cream, you could do it. It's going to make it better. And 2 tablespoons absolute citron vodka. And then we're going to finish this with a cup of fresh breadcrumbs. When you buy breadcrumbs, make sure to buy firm bread. Don't buy that one that's very soft. And to make the sauce, we need 4 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and some dill for garnishing. Now I'm going to make the chicken. So what we need, I'm going to cut it up first in about 1/2 inch cube. And then I'm going to put that in a food processor. And we're going to add some seasoning to it. All right. Here, right here. Now, salt and pepper. Some freshly ground pepper. I'm using white pepper here, but you could use dark if you want. Some freshly grated nutmeg. I love nutmeg when it's freshly, the flavor is much better. So a little gadget here, you know, you put about 1/8 of a teaspoon, you know, just a little bit. A pinch of cayenne. And we are going to add some onions, which I have right here, the grated onions. And now we're going to mix it together in this gadget right here. Just a little bit. Now, I'm going to scrape the bowl around it with rubber spatula, and then I'm going to add some citron, about 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. It won't hurt. Okay, we're going to mix it again, and then I'm going to add some breadcrumbs, which I want to put the breadcrumbs at the end. I don't want that to be too mixed, the breadcrumbs. And half a cup of light cream. Slowly like this. Give a chance to the cream to bind. This is what's going to really bind the chicken together, the breadcrumbs. You know, in the old days, I used to do that by hand. I tell you, there was a lot of work. Okay, that's done. I'm going to scrape it out from the bowl. First of all, I'm going to remove this. We don't want to make sure, we scrub that mixture. Okay. You know, if you want to do something like this, you could use different kind of meat. It goes well with salmon, you know, or halibut, any kind of firm fish, shorefish, it makes a good one too. Okay. Now, I'm going to take, I need some breadcrumbs. I put, like I just said before, I put half a cup of breadcrumbs. Now I got about half a cup here. Just enough. We want to bread that very, very lightly. So I'm going to wet my hand a little bit. It sheds better. You know, you got to use your finger. And you pick some up, a little bit like this. You divide about 4. And we do just shape it a little bit. And I'm going to roll this in the fresh breadcrumbs, like this. Spread some breadcrumbs here. So that's where I'm going to shape this burger here. Just put some on the outside like this. I think I made it a little bigger. Take some out a little bit. Put it back here. Roll it here again. Shape it with a spatula like this. Make sure it's nice and round. And at the end, you just do this with a spatula. Little indentation like this. You know, give it a nice texture. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. So I got 3 more that I was made before. They got to be the same shape because somebody's going to give my friend Jean Verne is not going to be happy. Okay. It's got to cook very, very slowly because if it cooks too fast, if the pan is too hot, the breadcrumb is going to get dark and it takes about 10 to 12 minutes to cook this, you see. So we're going to make sure that it doesn't cook too. So when you put it in here, okay, like this. You swear, you know, you move your pan around. I'm using a no-stick pan here, which is very important. That way you have no problem for sticking. See, that's the right color. Now I want to show you something, you know. Like this stove, you know, you don't get even heat from it. So you have to make sure this side is not right, you know, should be color a little different. So I'm going to move it around to see what happened here. That's nice here. This one needs more cooking. Well, anyway, you have to stay with it. It's very important. Now, I got to tell you what, I got some already cooked. I got some, okay. This is the right color, you see? When you punch here, and it just stays together, it doesn't punch back, you come back, that means that's cooked. I got a plate right here. I'm going to transfer that to here. Keep that warm. And I'm going to show you one serving. So what we need here, okay, put some cabbage right on the side of this plate here. And I'm going to put one of those in the center. Oh, I'll take this one looks pretty good to me. I'm going to add some butter to this, right over to the lemon. We don't want too much butter, just to give a little taste with the lemon and the butter together. We have enough for 4 right here. Put some sprig of dill, French dill. You could put chopped dill if you want to. I got a little basket that was made before. I just, you know, to make it a little fancy, and with the lemon, and put dill, something on top of it, some sprig of dill, and that's my chicken burger, Russian style. That was great to have you with me in Cuisine Rapide. Hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Chicken bitok, another quick, easy recipe from Comrade Pierre Franey's Cuisine Rapide.
Funding for Pierre Franey's Cuisine Rapide has been made possible by Carillon Importers Limited, Teaneck, New Jersey.
This is PBS.
Pierre's quick and easy recipes from today's show, plus more than 250 others, are contained in this companion cookbook. 65 step-by-step line drawings guide you through Pierre's classic technique. To order this 384-page hardcover book, call 1-800-635-COOK. The cost is $22.50 plus $2 shipping and handling. Credit cards are accepted, or send your check to P.O. Box 37142, Omaha, Nebraska 68137.
Hello there. Public television viewers fall into 3 categories. People who have joined KCSM Channel 60 and are members in good standing. People who will never join up because they don't have to. They can watch anyway. And the majority, people who were or are going to join up or thought they might, kind of, but didn't quite get around to it, maybe soon. To the members, I say thank you. To those who will never join, I say it's a shame, because Channel 60 will never be as good as it would have been with your help. And to the majority, I say, Well, borrow my pen? Oh, you have one. Good, good. Membership dues are $35 a year. A larger amount would be most helpful and would bring better things about sooner. Thank you.
Performer, scholar, activist, and songwriter, Bernice Johnson Regan takes her audiences through a journey of discovery and celebration. The songs are free. Bernice Johnson Regan with Bill Moyers.
See it tomorrow night at 11. KCSM TV, San Mateo, San Francisco.